So if you're tired of jerking the chicken every day, it's about time we do something about that, because it's already April and you're still getting no pussy. That's a problem. You don't want to be that guy that in the summertime, when girls are on spring break and they crave dick, so they're getting it from Chad, you're just looking there at all the couples around you, at everybody around you, and you're just the one guy that's envying them and feeling sorry for himself. We're gonna do something about that. So with this in mind, hit a dislike button on this video, and we'll see about if towards the end of the video you're gonna want to change that. Let's get into the guide. The first thing that you have to realize is that you're the prize. If you're a guy that is jacked, has a six-pack, and it's not just because he's skinny, but he has muscles too. If you have a personal brand or a business, right, meaning money, that creates status. This is another thing that you need. And yeah, if you have an attractive face, which means good teeth, thick eyebrows, and clear skin. We're gonna get into all of this. So let's look at this dude right here. You know that this guy ain't getting no pussy this year. This guy is getting none. He's gonna be jerking off for the next year. Maybe 2, maybe 3. This guy's gonna be lonely unless he does something about it. This guy is so feminine. Yes, by the way, this is a dude. This is not a girl. This guy is a guy. This is a boy. This is like an 18-year-old guy, my age. But this dude like fucking looks like he's a transgender or some shit, dude. And this is no offense to the guy. Actually, it is offense, all right? He's in full control of how he looks. You're in full control of how your appearance is, how you look, okay? You can see that this guy's feminine as hell. He has long hair, even like fucking dyed in red, right? Looks like a bitch, bro. This guy's skinny as fuck. You can tell it by his fucking pencil neck, his narrow shoulders in this picture. Dude, this guy, he's not gonna get any pussy. Like, that's just the thing. Now, the dude on the left here, he's Kale Endeavor. I did a podcast with him, but he's a perfect example, bro. He has a good personal brand. He's in shape. You can obviously see that. And he has an attractive face. He has a good jawline with facial hair that suits him, with a hairstyle that suits him, and with thick eyebrows and a clear skin. Like, it's that simple. And by the way, for teeth, you can just have clean teeth and get braces if they're not straight or whatever. Eyebrows, just use minoxidil if you have like thin eyebrows. A man you need to have that thick eyebrows. If you're ginger, brunette, or blonde, it doesn't matter. Thick eyebrows, vibrant. You need to have that, gives contrast to your face. Even if you want to have clean shaven, even if you want to have a beard, right? It doesn't matter. You need thick eyebrows. It gives you the contrast to your face. Don't shave your eyebrows. I've seen a trend of this where some guys are shaving their eyebrows, bro. It looks so feminine, bro. It looks like a girl. And for skin, you don't need any skin products. I never used a single skin product on my skin. No moisturizer, no fucking sunscreen, no, none of this shit ever in my life. Now you can. I would probably use Teach Hanley because it's just the simplest one, but I don't know, again, what that does to your skin, etc. I never used it, so I will not pretend. I don't know much about this. However, the thing that helps you with getting clear skin is diet. Being on the primal diet. Eggs, meat, nuts, cheese. That's it. If you're going to be eating KFC, if you're going to be eating McDonald's, you're going to get acne, all right? Also, if you beat the chicken a lot, that's going to give you acne too. I explained that in the full NoFap guide. Jerking off releases prolactin, and when your prolactin is high, your body gives you acne on your face, on your body, right? And it's because acne is mostly hormonal. You can do the research on your own. Have a clear diet and stop jerking the chicken. That's like the first step to a clear skin. Then think about using some hair products, some face products if you need it. And for teeth, for whiter teeth, I'd only say like maybe Crest 3D white strips. Those are pretty good. Those help me a lot. If you have yellow teeth, even if you're brushing them every day. Also, like eating the primal diet, right? Not eating processed foods with colorants and stuff like that. That makes your teeth yellow, right? But to research this, man, I never had that much of a problem with teeth. That's why I don't know so much about how you can whiten your teeth, because I didn't have like that much of a journey with it. However, I would highly suggest you try, right? Try to research more things that can whiten your teeth. I know that baking soda with hydrogen peroxide can, if you do that like once every 2 weeks, or like maybe once or twice a month, that can whiten your teeth, but it's also damaging your gums. So keep that in mind. Eyebrows, I had pretty thin eyebrows in the past, so the way I fixed that was with minoxidil. Like about 3 months, the minoxidil, my eyebrows got very dark. Then I stopped using the minoxidil. They kind of thinned a little bit, but not back to how they were before. So I then were on and off, and it's like I've gotten to a point with my eyebrows where I'm kind of pleased with that. Would I like to have thicker or darker eyebrows? Yes, but it's not that deep. It's not that important. So this is looks, status, and good body, right? Which shows health. Another thing that you kind of need is pre-selection. A girl needs to know that other bitches want you, all right? That other girls want you. Let's say this: a girl starts dating you and she shows you off to her friends, and her girlfriends are like, "You date him? Why? I would never date him." But hey, if you're happy, your girlfriend will break up with you or cheat on you as soon as that happens. Why? Because girls have this PvP. They like to steal guys from other girls. That's why it's that meme where you get into a relationship and all the girls chase you now that you're in a relationship, whereas when you were single they didn't want you because no other girl wants you. Girls want the guy that every other girl wants. The girl needs to already assume that you get bitches, okay? Never tell a girl you're a virgin if you are, because bro, that's like if you tell girls you're a virgin, you will stay a virgin for a long time, okay? The only girls that are attracted to virgins are low quality girls like fucking porn stars, etc. That just like are masculine and dominant girls that are attracted to taking a guy's virginity. That it's like a mother-son dynamic, you know. You don't want that, right? At least not in a relationship, okay? Yeah, man, pre-selection. Your girl needs to think that you get bitches already. All right, another point I want to make is don't settle. Don't settle too early for a girl that's not deserving of you. Is she still gonna be worthy of me in 5 years? That's easy to predict. It's just, is she working on herself currently? Because you have to look at it as you're constantly improving. You're going to be making more money, right? You're going to be getting in even better shape, and you're going to be more and more attractive. You're going to work on all aspects of your life, right? On your mental health, everything. Is she working on her life, or is she staying stagnant? Because you want a girl that's on self-improvement too, or that you can get her on the self-improvement, right? I'm going to get into a later point, which is why you shouldn't commit too early and not settle too early, right? Before you give a girl a relationship, you need to make sure that she is on an upward spiral just like you are, because if she stays still and you're on an upward spiral, she's down here, you're up here, you won't deserve it, right? Like this guy, bro, okay? He's jacked and his chick is a fucking 3 out of 10. Ugly, disgusting bitch. Bro, this guy could get bitches. This guy is a masculine, jacked guy. He can get a lot of better girls than this. But he still has that perception of her that he had in the beginning. He's blinded. He thinks that she's beautiful, right? Oh, her looks don't matter, you know, all that bullshit. You deserve better, bro. Like, this guy deserves better. Don't let this be you, bro. All right, so the next point is low body count, attractive and submissive and useful. This is basically all you need from a girl, all right? You need her to have a low body count. You don't want a hoe, right? Because that cannot be undone. She cannot be unfucked. So pick a girl that's ideally a virgin. For example, right now I'm dating my first virgin of my life, right? My current girlfriend, I took her virginity. It's amazing, bro. I've been with her for 3 months and our relationship is the best relationship I've ever been in, to be honest. Attractive, right? She needs to be attractive, dude. Like, okay? And she needs to be on an upward spiral with her attractiveness, right? So she needs to be attractive right now, and she needs to take care of herself. Go to the gym too. Take care of herself. Submissive. She needs to fall into your frame. If she's not gonna fall into your frame, If she's not gonna listen to you, then it's only a way to disaster. Okay, it's just a relationship that is gonna end, right? It has a ticking time bomb on it. And she needs to be useful. So a lot of guys, I understand, and if you don't want a useful girlfriend, that's okay. But again, it goes back to submissive and useful is kind of the same thing, because you want a girl that ideal will make you coffee, will make you eggs, will cook you a steak right when she's at home to you and you're working, and she's gonna bring you food if you ask her to. She's gonna do what you ask her to. But useful also comes into your business. You can tie your girl into your business, right? And you can, ideally, if you can, you should hire your girl. It's ideal that your girl works for you and doesn't call another man boss, right? That's like so much better if she calls you that. But even if you can't, bro, even like you'll be amazed how many girls will edit your videos, will do the thumbnails for your videos, right? And stuff like that. Like, bro, I don't know about you, but I work these bitches like slaves. Like, a lot of the videos that you see on this channel are edited by my girlfriend. And some of the thumbnails are made by her too. So you will be amazed how much a girl will want to help you, even in your business, if you actually set the tone and the frame of the relationship right from the beginning. So another thing that I want you to realize, and I want to emphasize this point, is treat the 8s like the 10s, or like the 5s, I mean, sorry. Treat the 8 out of 10s like the 5s, okay? So have you ever realized that with a girl that's like a 5, a 6 out of 10, maybe you go on a date with her and you're pretty indifferent. You don't really even want to fuck this girl. You don't even, she's like a catfish. You found her on Tinder, she looked like a 7 and now she's a 5, and you're kind of like, I actually just want to go away. Like, I don't really want it, right? And why do those girls crave you so much more than the 8s who you're trying for to impress them, etc.? Why is that? It's because these girls see that you're indifferent, outcome independent, which we are going to talk about later on in this video. Treat the 8s like the 5s. The thing that when you're chasing her, you're trying to impress the girl, you're trying to, oh, I actually want her, that's deterring them away. Two people can't chase at the same time. Dan Bilzerian said this the best. You need to let her chase. Let her chase you, okay? Treat the 8s like the 5s. Imagine that one girl that you was kind of a catfish and you didn't really want to be on a date with her. That's how you should treat the 8, and you'll be amazed. Okay, so the honeymoon phase, we got this one. This is a trap that a lot of girls use on you. It's they try to get you into a relationship with them early on, right? When she seems perfect. And then in the relationship, 6 months in, you realize why you didn't want to be with her. So let me explain what you do here. So what do you do to avoid this? A lot of girls will try to get a relationship out of you, right? They will try to say, I don't sleep with guys I'm not dating. Whereas she had that one hookup at the club and then let a guy smash that she just met, right? And stuff like that, but she won't tell you about that. Most of these girls are not as innocent as you think they are. Don't fall for this. If she doesn't want to smash before you date, that's okay. You just walk away after the next girl. You don't date the girl just to get the pussy. And I know how tempting it is. Or you can, bro, you don't want to be that guy that just starts dating her and then breaks up with her after 2 days just because you wanted a pussy. That's it, right? It's like, don't be that guy. A relationship with you should be way more valuable and you shouldn't be giving it up like that. So don't date the girl for the 3 to 6 months period at least, okay? Like at least 3 months until you even think about giving a relationship. And even that, I'd say that's kind of early, okay? Even like at least half a year. I know this might seem like a long time, but trust me, bro, it will pay dividends from all the mistakes, all the bad relationships I've been in, which I wanted to leave early, but then I'd feel like a dickhead, so I sticked it through for a year and a half, and then it ended. I wasted a year of my life, right? I don't want that to happen to you too. So don't give the girl a relationship. In the honeymoon phase, the girl kind of seems like perfect, and the reason why that is because she's putting on a facade. She's not starting any arguments. She's the sweetest girl. You don't have. Isn't it interesting how you don't have arguments in the beginning, and then you get arguments later on, which I'm gonna get into later on in this video. It's because she's putting on her best behavior for you in the beginning, because she wants that relationship. When she has the relationship, she's just gonna be herself, right? Let her be herself. So don't give a relationship for months on end. And as soon as like you see the real side of her, then that's when you'll realize that all she wanted was a relationship. And as soon as she can't get it, she's throwing a fuss. A lot of girls will do that. That's why you delay it. You delay it for 6 months, and only like after 6 months of like, you know, sleeping with her, going on dates with her, you know, like just spending time together, but not in a relationship, then you can actually, okay, if she waited for 6 months, you get in a relationship with her and she's fine. And always be willing to walk away. Okay, that's another point that's later on in this video. Don't fall for a honeymoon phase. Don't give a relationship too early. Wait it out a little bit. See the real side of her and see if you're okay with that, right? And also the next thing is, you give the relationship to her. You don't ask for it. So she asks. She needs to ask for the relationship, right? So we've all had that talk with a girl after we slept with her, and she says, well, what are we, you know? And a lot of guys will fumble then and, you know, say boyfriend, girlfriend, and then they'll regret it. Don't be a bitch. If she asks and it's past the 3 to 6 month period and you're pretty certain about this girl, you feel pretty good about this girl, you tell her, like, I'd actually want to date you. I wouldn't mind it, right? Don't ask her, please, can I date you? Can you be my girlfriend? Don't ask her like that. It's like a marriage where the guy goes on one knee. Bro, what are you going on one knee for? To provide for her for entire life, right? Like, she should be asking you. That's why I hate the proposal. I feel like the girl should be getting on her knees and asking you for a relationship. So I will never get on one knee for a bitch, okay? That's like the stupidest tradition that I will never keep, bro. Like, hell no. The girl needs to be asking. She needs to be asking for the relationship and for the marriage. Girls are the gatekeepers of pussy, and guys are the gatekeepers of relationships and long-term providing and all of that. So you need to be very protective with your relationships and your commitment. So only give it to the girl that asks for it and asks for it in a nice way and has earned it, right? And has waited it out and has waited for it and has been patient, right? So again, bro, does she do everything you want her to, right? And this might be personalized, right? What you value in a girl. You have to journal about this and actually think, what do I want from this girl? And is she giving me that? If not, well, let's not jump in too early. And again, if the girl has a guy friends, say, okay, this is the best time to say, no, I don't take seriously girls that have guy friends, you know? And you have guy friends. You're not telling her, you're not telling her, you have to get rid of your guy friends for me. No, you're just saying you're not getting a relationship if you have guy friends. So it's up to you. We can fuck, we can be friends with benefits, and you have other guy friends, right? But you're never gonna get a committed relationship from me. And she then makes the decision if she wants to get rid of her guy friends for you, etc. Or girls that don't go to the club. I don't take girls that go to the club seriously, or whatever you don't like about the girl. Or just say, or if you actually like the girl but it's too early, you only know her for like 3-4 months and you don't want to give a relationship yet, you don't feel like it, you just say, I like to take my time, I feel like this is too early, right? And just don't fumble for any of her objections. This is like a sales call. She will throw objections at you. You just need to handle it and not lose frame. Another thing that's important once you get into a relationship is she will get complacent, right? Girls do tend to get a lot of complacency when they get into a relationship. So what does this mean? She will get fat, right? She will probably stop going to the gym as hard. She'll stop taking care of herself that well. She will stop her makeup for you, which I actually don't need. Like, in my opinion, a girl shouldn't be wearing makeup with all the endocrine disruptors in it and all of that bad stuff in them. Like, if a girl is beautiful without makeup, I actually urge her to not wear makeup. She stops being as obedient over time, etc. after like the first year or two more. You need to check her. There's plenty of way to do this. You just, first one is peaceful. You just bring it up like, hey, I don't like how you're acting like this. If this is gonna keep going on, we're gonna have to break up. So like, you're giving her the warning, and even if she might start crying, don't fall for the women's tears, okay? When a woman cries, you should know that 99% of the time it's fake. They can control it. I can't tell you how. They can just cry on demand. They can cry on whenever they want to. Okay, some dudes probably know how to do that. I don't know, but girls just seem to be able to do it naturally. She will get complacent. So either you check her, you actually like tell her like, hey, I'm gonna leave this relationship if this doesn't change, right? That's the first thing. If she starts gaining weight, etc. That's like the first thing. The second thing, you say you need to take a break, and then you just break up with her for good, because in that break she's gonna fuck other guys. So this is how you break up in a nice way. Or you cheat on her, and that's gonna make her up her game, or break up with you, right? One of the two, right? Some girls forgive her for cheating, right? On my ex-girlfriend, I cheated on her 3 times, and she forgave me each 3 times. I'm not saying that was the right thing to do. I was immature. I was like 15, 16, and 17 when I was dating her. And I wouldn't do that again, because I do believe that if you want to have multiple women, you should tell the girl. Yeah, okay, I think that's kind of cowardly, even what I did, bro. I'm not proud of that whatsoever. But I'm just saying that if a girl gets out of way, cheating on her might be a way for her to wake up. Might be a wake-up call for her, like, hey, there are other girls that are better than you that I can replace you with, right? Or maybe not cheating on her, just, you know, like talking to other girls and making her see that, right? Again, pre-selection, it will make her game beyond, right? Girls, when they get comfortable and they get complacent, they're not good girlfriends. They need to constantly be in the stage of anxiety and in the stage of competitiveness with other girls, because otherwise they just start acting out. They just start, you know, talking to other dudes. They start fucking starting arguments just all of a sudden, because they need drama in the relationship. So how about you control the drama, not her? And again, back to arguments, dude. Arguments are not a normal thing in a relationship, okay? You should be not arguing with your girl. Again, in the video, treat women like children. Bro, watch that video. You do not argue with terrorists. You do not argue with children. You do not argue with women, okay? You don't argue. You have nothing to argue about. She doesn't see the world the way that you do. You don't have to. You can't give me a reason why would you argue with your girl, okay? If she cheats on you, okay, just leave the relationship. Don't ask why. Don't try to find out. It's done now, right? You're only digging yourself a deeper grave. Always be willing to walk away. This is an important lesson. Always be willing to walk away, okay? If anything happens and you don't like it and she's not willing to change for you, walk away. Because guess what, dude? If you actually are the type of guy that's working 16 hours a day on his business, that's making 10K a month, that's going to make 100K a month, that's going to be a millionaire by 22, that's actually working extremely hard and speaking to millionaires now and investing in himself and constantly working and learning and training and doing only good stuff, you deserve the best treatment from a girl. And quite frankly, a lot of the girls don't qualify, and that's gonna be okay, bro. So in my opinion, always be willing to walk away. There's always something better out there if the girl doesn't actually bend to your will, doesn't fall under your frame. Now, I'm not telling you to just flip-flop switch between girls, okay? That's not good for your soul. What I will say is try to fix things with your girls, unless it's like cheating or something that's unfixable. But if she's not willing to change for you, and it's something that's important to you, leave. Don't be afraid to leave. So many guys are too afraid of leaving. Oh, I've put 3 years already in this relationship, so I don't want to leave because I feel like I would have wasted my time. You're going to waste more time if you don't leave, buddy. So I don't think I need to go into this too much further. All right, so let's get into how you can meet her. So the first tactic could be dating apps, but I will tell you this. Tinder is only for short-term fun, okay? Mostly 99%. You shouldn't even be looking for a girlfriend on Tinder. Why? Because she sees so many guys to compare you with. She's so superficial. A girl that's looking for a relationship on Tinder, is just so obsessed with looks that this is not really like a girl that you want to date unless you're a metrosexual. Tinder is only for sleeping girls for like short-term fun. I don't think that Tinder is a good place to look for a girlfriend, okay? Generally, the girls are promiscuous there. The girls are texting with tens of dudes, if not hundreds. They're getting hit on so many times. They compare you to so many dudes. Even if she's a virgin, she gets on Tinder. And she's still a virgin physically. In her mind, she's a slut already. It's just not good. Not good, girls. This is a future slut. This is where the sluts are made on Tinder. Another thing is morning gym. Okay, you can get the girls in the gym, but there's a specific type of girls that you meet when you go to the gym in the morning. Okay, especially on a weekday. On the weekends, in the afternoon, you get the sluts and the girls that go into the fucking tight leggings, right? That shows her cat almost, right? That goes in very revealing clothing, trying to get attention. Or in the afternoon, everybody's at the gym, so they go when it's packed so that they catch men's attention. That's also not a very good girl. The type of girl that goes at 7 a.m. on a Monday before work or before school, or at 6 a.m., whatever. That's the type of girl that you actually want, right? Up until like 10 a.m., 11 a.m., that's the type of girl that you want. Like from 12 p.m., from the afternoon, you don't want those types of girls. Maybe until like 1 to 2 p.m., but even at 2 p.m., that's kind of pushing it. But the girls that go in the morning at the gym, they're actually girls that are on self-improvement and that they are not necessarily attention-seeking. A lot of times they have boyfriends, but you see, bro, there are a lot of single girls that go into the gym in the morning. So that's a good place to look. Another thing is just approach her on the street, bro. Like, if a girl is walking right past you or like in front of you, like you're going against each other, just say hi, nice outfit, right? And you start conversation like that. Hey, what's your name, by the way? Right? Hey, nice outfit. What's your name, by the way? And you shake her hand. You ask her, hey, you're from around here, etc. Do you know like a good place to get some food? Oh yeah, I know this place. Oh, okay. I'm gonna grab coffee now, but I'll go there tomorrow, or I'll go there after the gym. Hey, do you want to go grab coffee at this place right now with me? Right now. That's like a good way to do it. If she says no, I'm busy right now. That's okay. Can you give me your Instagram and we can hang out some other time? Sure. That's like the easiest script to approach a girl on the street. So many guys are so afraid of it, and I kind of understand it. The gym in the morning, it's less friction because not many people are there. Where approach her on the street and you get rejected in front of a crowd of people, it's kind of embarrassing for a little bit, but those people are gonna forget within 2 minutes. So who cares? But I know that your subconscious mind will tell you that's embarrassing and risky and not do it. I understand it, but just approach a girl on the street. That's probably the best way. On the train, that could be a good place too, if it's not too packed. The library, I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't at the library, to be honest. But there are plenty of places, right? At a park, whatever. Be creative, but outside, just you can approach girls outside. Now, another thing that might surprise you is Omegle. This surprised me too, bro. I'm in Czech Republic. It's a country in the middle of Europe. Right now, I live in Czech Republic. I'm Romanian, but right now, I currently live in Czech Republic, and bro, it's a small country. What I've like started noticing is like I went on Omegle for some, Omegle interviews back in the day when I was recording those videos, etc. But I went even on the Czech Omegle, not just on American and the UK one and Australian. I went on the Czech Omegle, and since it's a small country, you can go from one part of the country to the next one in a couple of hours, right? So the thing that will work in small countries is Omegle, surprisingly. Why? Because you might think that this is like Tinder, that she sees a ton of guys, right? But the majority of those guys are weirdos. A lot of guys are awkward. A lot of guys are jerking off on there. Omegle is a pretty good place, to be honest. Again, if you're from the US, you meet a girl on Omegle, and even if you click, she's from the other side of the country, and she will have to take a flight there. Many girls are not willing to do that. It would take you fucking, it's like too far away. But if you're in a small country, like, like Czech Republic, Slovakia, and some other smaller countries, this can very well work. right? You meet a girl and you're speaking to her, you're not just texting. So this is a very good way. Omegle has worked for me very well. I'm actually, Omegle is how I met my ex-girlfriend, or like ex-girlfriend, who I've been with for a year and a half. And it was a pretty decent relationship, but Omegle is not responsible for your relationship. Omegle is just responsible for how you meet the girl. Use a good IG in your favor, okay? So I want you to use a good Instagram profile in your favor. If you have a good Instagram profile, use that in your favor. Trust me, bro. Like, so many guys try to get a girl's number when they actually have a good Instagram profile, right? So I might make a video in the future on how to build a good Instagram, but I think you already kind of know. Like, you look at it from the lens of a girl. Okay, would I want to fuck this guy? And if it's not an instant yes, then you might have to do some convincing. But a lot of the times, if you have a lot of followers, you have a personal brand, you have good good travel highlights, good physique highlights, or whatever, that's gonna work for a lot of girls. So again, use a good Instagram profile in your favor, dude. And another thing that I want you to adopt is outcome independence. Dude, you don't give a shit if this girl likes you or not. You got plenty of other girls that like you, right? You've got plenty of other girls that are interested in you. So you just pick and choose. So let me see if this girl is good enough for me. This is your mentality, okay? Because of the sole reason that when you're trying to chase, again, as I mentioned, two people can't chase at the same time. So let her chase and see if you like her, right? As soon as you can, you're not dependent on the outcome. You don't need this girl to like you. That's when you will start to win. So I highly urge you to adopt outcome independence. It's very good. And the last thing that I'd like to say to you is, don't be a fucking weirdo, dude, all right? If your SMV is too low, your sexual market value, if you don't have any followers, if you're in bad shape, bad hygiene, you have acne, you have yellow teeth, you're awkward, socially awkward, you're not gonna get a girlfriend this year. And I'm just not gonna lie to you, okay? It's time to work on yourself. Now, you can still be open to girls, right? But not looking for girls, even if you're an attractive guy, but I'll get to this point soon. But again, if you're ugly, if you're broke and everything, work on yourself. Now, you should still like just speak to girl in a friendly manner, or maybe get one female friend just so you understand more of female nature, etc. That could be useful. But for the most part, it's time to grind. And it's always time to grind. Even if you're a jacked guy, even if you're an attractive guy, it's still time to grind and girls be a part of your life. So see, man, if no girls are interested in you, take a couple of months, take like 6 months off, uninstall Tinder, just work hard, get in shape. Hamza had this very good quote. Girls are a very good indication of what level of self-development you're at. If a lot of girls don't want you, they're probably not at a very high level of self-improvement, right? So yeah, you're open to, but not looking for girls. I don't want you guys to spend too much time on girls now that even if you're able to attract them and sleep with a lot of them, you're open to girls. You let the girls come to you. That's why you have Tinder, okay? You let girls text you first, etc. That's why I have Instagram. You let girls text you in the message requests, right? Etc. But you don't text first. And, or maybe sometimes you can, I suppose. If the girl really likes every one of your stories or likes your pictures, you know, etc., then you can text her first. But if it's a girl that didn't even like any of your posts, doesn't even follow you and all of that, don't text her, okay? And on Tinder, I'd highly urge you to only reply to girls and not text first. So you're open to, but not chasing girls, okay? Don't go out with the mindset of I'm gonna go approach girls today. No, just go out, go to the gym, etc., and do your day-to-day tasks. And if you see a girl, take 1 or 2 minutes out of your day to go speak with her, get her Insta, or maybe go grab coffee with her, etc. If you are going to get coffee anyways. And that's probably like the best way. But don't be looking to change your schedule for a chick, etc. That's like maybe down the line when you get a girlfriend that's really good for you and, you know, take her on a date, especially for her. Yeah, then Your work is always number one. Again, if you stop working on yourself and you go lower in SMV, lower in value, the girl will leave you. So you always need to keep yourself in check. So work is number one, because that's the whole reason why girls even want you in the first place. Don't spend more than an hour a day on girls. That's like a simple rule, but a lot of guys can't keep up with that. I'd say don't spend more than 1 hour a day texting girls, etc. I won't spend more than 1 hour a day, right? So yeah, this is about it, guys. I hope that this was useful to you. I really do think that a lot of guys that are gonna implement this are gonna get a lot of value from this. So yeah, with this in mind, God bless you. I'll see you on the next one.